Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrated this Diwali with army jawans in Jaisalmer, close to the international border with Pakistan. While lauding the braves, Prime Minister hit out at both China and Pakistan, reiterated India's resolve of countering any adverse actions by her enemies. Here's our report.
लेकिन अगर आजमाने की कोशिश की फिर तो जवाब भी उतना ही प्रचंड मिलेगा.
A clear warning to India's enemies. Our adversaries shouldn't dare to cast an evil eye on Indian soil. Dressed in combat fatigues, Prime Minister Modi rode an Arjun tank at Longewala forward post. The messaging was clear.
भारत की सेनाएं दुनिया के बड़े बड़े देशों के साथ साझा अभ्यास कर रही है. आतंक के खिलाफ हम रणनीतिक साझेदारियां कर रहे हैं. भारत की सेनाओं ने दिखाया है कि वो आतंक के ठिकानों पर कभी भी कहीं भी स्ट्राइक कर सकते हैं.
Along with CDS and tri-service chiefs, the Prime Minister celebrated Diwali with jawans in Rajasthan's Jaisalmer, a custom he has been observing since assuming office in 2014. Modi sent a stern warning to Beijing, reiterating that the age of expansionism is over.
आज पूरा विश्व विस्तारवादी ताकतों से परेशान है. विस्तारवाद एक तरह से मानसिक विकृति है.
Prime Minister Modi also sounded off Pakistan, reminding them that Indian soldiers have hit sponsors of terrorism in their own homes.
भारत आतंकियों को, आतंक के आकाओं को घर में घुस करके मारता है. आज दुनिया ये जान रही है, समझ रही है कि ये देश अपने हित से किसी भी कीमत पर रत्ती भर भी समझौता करने वाला नहीं है.
Prime Minister's decision to visit Longewala is also special. The sector witnessed fierce fighting in the 1971 war against Pakistan. The desert of Rajasthan was a witness to the valor of Indian troops who successfully defended its post despite an overwhelming number of Pakistani soldiers, securing Bangladesh's liberation. Not just on the battlefield, the Prime Minister also lauded the efforts of our forces in the fight against the COVID pandemic.
DRDO हो, हमारी तीनों सेनाएं हो, BSF सहित हमारी तमाम पैरामिलिट्री फोर्स ने कोविड से जुड़े इक्विपमेंट से लेकर क्वारंटीन और इलाज तक में जिस तरह युद्ध स्तर पर काम किया वो अभूतपूर्व है.
From Flashpoint Ladakh to the hotline of control to fighting the invisible enemy during the pandemic, our forces are ever vigilant, and Prime Minister Modi's visit helps in keeping up the josh of the jawans high.
भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की.
Bureau Report, India Today.
After Pakistan's unprovoked firing and shelling along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir, India has hit back, targeting Pakistani army posts and terrorist launch pads across the border. The Indian action left 11 Pakistan soldiers dead and thwarted terrorist infiltration. Take a listen.
India's punitive strike pulverizes Pakistan. In one of the fiercest firing in retaliation to Pakistan's ceasefire violation. Pakistan on Friday indulged in heavy cross-border shelling along the line of control, in which 5 security personnel and 6 civilians lost their lives. Pakistan deliberately targeted civilian areas. The retaliation was swift and unprecedented. The heavy Indian forces left the Pakistani troops running for their lives. Indian Army responded to shelling from across the line of control, destroying enemy positions, terror launch pads and fuel dumps.
During Indian festivals, Pakistan sends terrorists across the borders, and to give them cover, the Pakistani soldiers, they do ceasefire violations. The Indian security forces have hammered Pakistan like hell. This is the exact language which Pakistan understands.
India is also giving a befitting reply to the forces, and I'm hopeful that Pakistan, some good sense will prevail on Pakistan, because they are trying to instigate some sort of a war or a small sort of a snap war with India.
11 Pak soldiers were killed while 16 were injured. According to intercepts of Pakistan Army's communication, those killed included 2 commandos from its special service group.
Most of the people living near the line of control had been shifted to the safer places, but there is the tension which is escalating between India and Pakistan, particularly on the eve of Diwali here in Kashmir. And army has been put on the highest alert, and Indian army is responding to the Pakistani ceasefire violations on LOC. As well, what we know from the sources that there is a heavy damage which has been put by the Indian action in Pakistan, which includes the destroying of some launching pads, what Indian Army says, as well as some of the bunkers, and those casualties are yet to be reported from Pakistan.
India used Pike anti-guided missiles to pound Pakistani armed posts. These lethal missiles busted bunkers and also blew terror hideouts across the LOC. With over 200 terrorists killed, ISI along with terror groups like Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Toiba are jittery. This year, 4,052 ceasefire violations have taken place compared to 3,233 last year. But Pakistan shouldn't forget Balakot, and that this is a new India which isn't afraid to hit back hard. With Ashraf Wani, Bureau Report, India Today.
As Diwali fervour grips the nation, our braves who guard our borders day and night have also celebrated the festival by lighting up diyas at our borders. Away from home, our heroes continue to guard us as we celebrate the festivities here. Take a look at this special report.
Our braves make tremendous sacrifices to ensure our safety. The festivities we celebrate are no less than a gift from these soldiers as they continue to guard our borders. Miles away from their homes, these ITBP Jawans guarding the nation in -20 degrees celebrated Diwali by lighting diyas and singing in Ladakh. Amid the escalating tensions at the border, these braves are taking no chances even while celebrating Diwali.
The difference only between the common celebrations among the people, among the masses and the army is that here it is the Sarva Dharam Sabha. Basically, these soldiers who are attending this Deepavali celebration function and puja here, you can't identify who is the Muslim, who is the Sikh, who is the Hindu, and all the festivals in the army are being celebrated together.
The situation is no different with BSF Jawans at Araspura sector.
Is being celebrated with great joy and enthusiasm here at the international border in Jammu's Araspura sector, and behind me here you can see that our brave BSF Jawans have taken out some time. They are celebrating the festival of Deepavali by bursting crackers. You can see the great display of camaraderie here also.
The festivities are always second to their first priority, ensuring India's safety.
देशभक्ति पहले है सर, देश अपना ड्यूटी फर्स्ट देन होम.
परिवार जो है बाद में, पहले राष्ट्र है।
पहले राष्ट्र है सर, देश सबसे पहले है, बाद में परिवार है सर। जहाँ मैं प्रेजेंट हूँ मेरी फैमिली वो है, मेरा देश मेरी फैमिली है, तो हम दिवाली यहाँ सेलिब्रेट करेंगे, अच्छे से मनाएंगे, खुश रहेंगे साथ में।
Border security force at Agartala even exchanged sweets with border guard Bangladesh to celebrate Diwali. Prime Minister Modi also lauded the sacrifices and determination of our braves.
आज भारत के 130 करोड़ देशवासी आपके साथ मजबूती से खड़े हैं। आज हर भारतवासी को अपने सैनिकों की ताकत और शौर्य पर गर्व है।
Amidst the festivities, we should not forget to express our gratitude to those who miss out on the revelry so that we can celebrate with our loved ones. With Ashraf Vani and Sunil Ji Bhatt, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, it's the Festival of Lights and the country is celebrating it with much zeal. People across India have gathered at temples for Diwali Puja. Golden Temple in Punjab's Amritsar is all decked up. Mumbai can be seen shining bright with rangolis on the road carrying a message that says, "Say no to crackers." And then you have in Delhi, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal along with his cabinet ministers performing Diwali Puja at Akshardham Temple. The Chief Minister urged Delhiites to watch the live telecast of the puja to prevent crowding. Several leaders, including Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, also seen celebrating the festival at their residences.
Diwali is known to be the festival of lights. Given the pandemic background, even in Mumbai there was a ban on firecrackers. We are on Marine Drive. After Lakshmi Pujan each year, here a huge crowd used to turn up here and there were firecrackers bursting, which is not happening this year. There have been given permission for soft firecrackers by the BMC, but that too is not being seen. The main concern shown by the administration was that due to the smoke, the COVID cases can rise, but Mumbaikars are following the norms, the deadlines, the guidelines set by BMC, and this year it is literally the festival of lights in the city of Mumbai. With camera person Nitin Varne, Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai for India Today.
Diwali is being celebrated across the country, and here in West Bengal, it's the auspicious occasion of Kali Puja. Of course, celebrations this year is much muted due to the pandemic, but here at a pandal in Kolkata, you can see Goddess Kali being worshipped in all her glory. It's a very, very special occasion for people here in Eastern India, especially in West Bengal. And despite the kind of COVID restrictions that are there this year, people are participating in the festival through various means. The Kolkata High Court, of course, has maintained its decision. Just like Durga Puja, people are not being allowed to enter into pandals, crowd into pandals. So people are celebrating at homes, maintaining the COVID protocols. And I will just show you the kind of lighting that can be seen across Kolkata today. All such housing societies, buildings have been lit up with fancy LED lights. Of course, there is an increased public awareness this year to use something which is made in India, lights which is made in India. Therefore, people are focusing more on using indigenously made diyas. So celebrations might be mooted, and people are hoping that next year everything will be back to normal. But till then, everyone is praying to Goddess Kali that the pandemic goes away, people get back to their normal lives. With camera person Tapan Indrajit for India Today in Kolkata.
At a time when the entire world is battling the corona pandemic, Diwali celebrations in Bhopal are slightly subdued. People are bursting crackers, but as compared to last year, the numbers are quite less. People, on the other hand, are celebrating Diwali with the help of lights and diyas. And this is happening so because the corona cases in Madhya Pradesh are still on the rise. Still, there are 1,82,000 people who have tested positive. Out of these, 1,71,000 people have gone back to their homes. They have recovered, but sadly, 3,076 people have been last reported dead because of the coronavirus. health officials and experts have predicted that if the pollution from crackers mixes with the atmosphere, mixes with the environment, it could be deadly for those who are suffering from the coronavirus. As far as the government is concerned, the government of Madhya Pradesh has not banned firecrackers as such, but has put a ban on those crackers which have the faces of Hindu gods and goddesses on its cover, and also the crackers that are imported from China. With Vijay Irshad Khan in Bhopal, Hemant Sharma for India Today.
Now, around 8 months after they were shut due to COVID outbreak, the Maharashtra government has ordered the reopening of religious places across the state. Uddhav Thackeray government has asked people to adhere to coronavirus norms while praying and gathering around religious places. The use of face masks, social distancing is quite mandatory there inside the place of worship. Remember, decision comes weeks after there was a face-off between the Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari and Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray over the reopening of temples. In fact, the government had taken a jibe at Uddhav Thackeray government, at Uddhav Thackeray himself, for not reopening temples at that point of time, also questioning his Hindutva.
On the auspicious occasion of Deepavali, Maharashtra government has decided to open up religious places across the state. Temples like Siddhivinayak, the Haji Ali Dargah or the Mahim Church, all of them will be opening in a couple of days. In fact, the only request that the Maharashtra government has been making to the devotees is asking them to maintain social distancing and to wear masks whenever they get out of their homes. In fact, Maharashtra government has already passed this order. The Siddhivinayak Temple Trust that we have spoken to, they have said that they are waiting for the written order to come by. The modalities of entire processes will be decided and the temple will open in the next couple of days. The rituals in these temples have been going on. They can be viewed online, but finally after months, the devotees will be able to come to the temple and take the blessings of their Diya Bappa. Vidya in Mumbai for India Today.
हम गत 3 महीनों से सड़कों पर उतर करके सरकार से गुहार लगा रहे थे, हाथ में घंटा बजा बजा करके सरकार को कह रहे थे कि लोगों की श्रद्धा को, आस्था को, भाव को समझो, नियमों के तहत मंदिर खोलो। पर ये अहंकारी, अंधी और बहरी सरकार उसे सुन नहीं पाई। जब पूरे देश भर में इस महाराष्ट्र की सरकार की छीतू होने लग गई, तो उस दबाव के कारण ये सरकार डर गई। सरकार को अंतिमतः मंदिर खोलने का फैसला करना पड़ा।
We are all prepared with SOPs, how to go about, and we have a team of members who are assigned to our organization. There is a time of celebration also, but at the same time, we also know that life of human is of paramount importance. We need to take care of that, and we'll try our best to follow the government guidelines, and we'll see to it that nothing absurd happened over here. We have a medical center over here. We have round the clock doctors हमारे पास है, plus sanitizing का हमारे पास पूरा यूनिट है, मास्क की फैसिलिटीज़ है, all the other things are there जो हम लोग की गाइडलाइन से भी पूरा चलेंगे।
हम इस सरकार के नियम का वेलकम करते हैं क्योंकि 8 महीने से हम लोग दर्शन के लिए वंचित थे और कोरोना के कारण कई दर्शन ना हो रहे थे और दर्शन मिल नहीं रहे थे। तो अभी हम चाहते हैं कि अगर दर्शन के लिए सोमवार से मंदिरें खुली हो रही है तो उसके लिए जो भी नियम बनाएंगी सरकार या जो भी नियम मंदिर प्रशासन बनाएंगी तो उसका पालन करते हुए हर भाविक ने उस तरह से श्रद्धा के साथ ईश्वर का दर्शन लेना चाहिए।
Now, with the onset of winters, Kashmir's Gulmarg is back to life as the town witnesses its first snowfall of the season, along with hustle-bustle of tourists. After 8-month-long howl there due to COVID-19, the valley is in now, finally, a revival mode. Here is a special report of the beauty that you behold.
So it's the first snowfall of this season in Kashmir. In fact, in most of these upper areas, the snowfall has started. We are in Gulmarg, one of the most famous hill stations in Kashmir, and the snowfall has already attracted a lot of tourists to this hill station. Let's try and speak to some of them and understand how they are feeling. आपका क्या नाम है? क्या नाम है?
My name is Viransh.
Viransh, how are you feeling? You're in Gulmarg today. How was the experience?
I feel like I'm in heaven, like this is heaven on earth. So last year we went in somewhere in Pune. It was only this year it's a cold Diwali.
So you're loving it?
Loving it. Just hoping to capture everything in so that we can just live through this moment again.
Thank you very much.
हमारे लिए बहुत खुशी की बात है। मार्च 22 से बिल्कुल यहाँ सिस्टम ठप पड़ा था टूरिज्म के कारण से। यहाँ पे बिल्कुल हम बेरोजगार हो चुके थे। रोजगार हमारा यहाँ टूरिज्म ही है। एक्चुअली मैं टूरिस्ट गाइड हूँ यहाँ पे। जैसे आज 14 नवंबर को बर्फबारी हुई है, आज दिवाली का भी दिन था, इनका दिवाली का तोहफा भी आ गया यहाँ पे। हम चाहते हैं टूरिस्ट इतना आए यहाँ पे जिससे यहाँ पे लोगों को रोजगार मिल सके।
We are right now in Gulmarg. This is one of the most famous hill stations in Kashmir, and it is witnessing one of the first snowfalls of the season this year, and it is absolutely mesmerizing. The snowfall has turned the entire place into a winter wonderland, as you can see. Even though it is not that much of snowfall as actually is seen in these areas, but nonetheless it has already started attracting a lot of tourists to this place. This is the gondola of Gulmarg, the famous attraction in this entire tourist destination, and a lot of people have already started queuing up to actually take their fun ride on this gondola. We spoke to a lot of locals also who are very hopeful that because of the COVID-19 this year they could not see a lot of business, but since people have started coming out, they are hoping that winter tourism will pick up. The Met Department is predicting that there would be snowfall or rains in most parts of the upper reaches in Kashmir Valley for next few days. It's a little difficult time for locals, but at the same time for industries, for those who are associated with tourism sector, it definitely brings hope and delight when it comes to their livelihoods. Shujaul Haq in Gulmarg for India Today.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.